Moving over to the Texas Longhorns opponent there in the quarterfinal, that was Arizona State. And while Kenny Dillingham has been quick to point out every single time he's gotten in front of the microphone this year, this offseason, he's made mention of the fact that in the history of the Big 12, the only team to outright win the conference in back-to-back years was Oklahoma, who's no longer there. So if you look at the Big 12, generally speaking, over the last 20 some odd years, it's hard to do it back-to-back. And if you look at what was the best attribute of Arizona State last year, yes, they had good running back, they had good quarterback play, but I think the chip on the shoulder mentality and the momentum that they picked up as the season went along was their best attribute. They were playing insanely confident football, and they utilized the fact that nobody gave them a chance to their advantage multiple times. The good news is everybody's back. Well, just about everybody's back. They bring back 35 of their 44-man two deep, including their quarterback, Sam Leavitt, who I really believe this. I think when we fast forward to the middle of the year, Sam Leavitt's got a chance to be in the Heisman Trophy conversation. I think his ceiling's that high. He got better as the season went along. He's got some mobility. He could create some problems for the defense with his legs. I also don't think he had some outrageously deep wide receiver core. He really had just one guy, but that one guy in Jordan Tyson was pretty dang good. I think you look at Jordan Tyson and that combination, quarterback and wide receiver, they'll probably take their chances against just about anybody in the sport moving forward. Now, maybe Ohio State has something to say about that. Maybe Texas has something to say about that with Arch Manning and Ryan Wingo. Maybe it's Julian Sand and Jeremiah Smith. Maybe there's another one out there that we're not talking about right now. I'm telling you, Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson, those two together, quarterback and wide receiver respectively, they're going to be in a really good spot. Now, they do have to try to figure out how to replace Cam Skattebo. They did add a transfer from Army in Kane Udo, who rushed for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. So he's an experienced guy, but he's probably going to have to do it with a bunch of others. You have Riley Brown, USC transfer, who's only played in a couple games last year, so is looking for that medical red shirt. You also have Kyson Brown from last year, who contributed 350 yards. So those are two guys that might be in the position. You also have Alton Gaskell, who's a guy that's got some talent, but has had some injury history in his past. So they should be pretty good with the running back spot. It's just going to take four guys as opposed to Cam Skattebo, who could do it all himself. The defense should also be in pretty good shape. They bring back a couple of difference makers, most notably Xavier Alford, who at 200 pounds was the second leading tackler there at the safety spot, and he was an all Big 12 first-team performer. So they are pretty good on the defensive side, but the one thing that I would like to see grow for Arizona State this year is an improved presence with their own pass rush. Last year, that was an area of concern, and that's probably an area that needs to be addressed here at some point very, very soon. I'm actually looking at their schedule. I think the schedule is pretty manageable. They have three very tough games that are all on the road, at Utah, at Iowa State, but we'll get a good indicator of what they're capable of when they go on the road to Starkville to take on Mississippi State there in the non-conference. The game I would think they would probably be favored in. I look at their playoff forecast, and while you know Kenny Dillingham's going to continue to bang the drum about, hey, nobody respects us, nobody has any of this, I'm sorry to be the rat poison coach, but I think the playoff forecast for Arizona State next year is actually likely. I think you have a real chance to get back and win the Big 12 yet again, knowing that there were some of the teams that you're going to be playing against that have some pieces that need to be replaced as well.